As part of efforts to boost economic activities in Nigeria, the African Descendants in Diaspora Union, Afridu, has organized the first Global African Economic and Investment Summit in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. The summit brought business tycoons who are African descendants based in different parts of Europe, America, and the Caribbean. Diplomatic Administrator and Country Director, Afridu Nigeria, Abraham Breckford, in his welcome address said over 75% of members of the organization trace their roots to Nigeria and they are prepared to come back and develop the country. He also said the purpose of the summit is to assist small, medium, and large enterprises.
We are trusting God in the next 5 years. African Diaspora Union, we attract nothing less than $30 trillion investment into Nigeria in the next 5 years. We're also targeting to give 5 million jobs to Nigeria youths in the next 5 years. That's our projection. 30 trillion US dollars. Because we have some of them who has credit line for investment, 21 billion, some have 5 billion, some have 10 billion, some have 50 billion. You can tell me most of them will tell you the credit facility they have to see how they can support Nigeria businesses, private sector. Because in every economy to drive, you must support private business. The private businesses drive the economy. Government has no business doing business. All government want to do is to provide the neighboring environment for businesses to drive, neighboring environment for private business to drive. So what they are looking at is they are here to provide the financial capacity for business to drive. So we are trusting God that you must not be in government before you help your country. Most of us are not in government, but we have the contact, the connection with our brothers and sisters, descendants in diaspora. We have over millions of them, over 8 million of them, who are members of Afridu. So we have the first set that came in July, so another set coming in October. By next year, we have another set will come in April. Another set will come around this time next year. So they will come in twice a year, 3 times a year, and supporting and see how they can help Nigeria.
President Afridu, Archbishop Chidebere Ogbu, in his remarks said, the blacks developed the economies of America, Caribbean, and Europe. He also said the summit is an avenue for them to interface with stakeholders on how to develop Nigeria.
The Africans are inviting different people from all over the world for investment. And each time they come for investment, you find out that they are mostly Chinese, white Americans, British, and all of them. But you don't see the black investors. And the black investors constitute the biggest investors all over the world. But why they don't come to African countries? Because when you bring them in, they want to invite them as investors and as tourists. But they knowing very well that the African countries belong to them. It is their country, their motherland. But because of where they found themselves, that they were carried away into slavery, so they don't come. It is now that we are trying to see if the government of Nigeria and some African governments will consider and understand that they are the same Africans who were disinherited, who were dehumanized, whose citizenship were taken away by force. They have all that it takes to build this country. They are the same people that actually built America, built Canada, built Europe, built everywhere. They are the people. So scientists, academics, professionals, investors, all kinds of people, engineers, aeronautics. So they are ready to build our country. So what we are doing here today is showcasing what they can do, interfacing with other black chambers of commerce in Nigeria and other businesses, investors, interfacing with them to see what can be done. But the priority is Don't bring them back as investors or don't bring them back as tourists. But bring them back as citizens. Then they will build.
Some members of the organization said they are ready to partner with stakeholders and the government to develop Nigeria.
Well, as a part of our efforts to promote reconciliation among the Africans in the diaspora and the Africans on the continent, and the right of our return to our ancestral homelands, it's also important for us to understand where we can help to build Nigeria, to build Africa. Because a lot of people who are living in Nigeria or living in Ghana, they leave Africa because of the Africa they know today. But we believe that together we can build the Africa of the future. And so it becomes important for us to be in these kinds of sessions where we have a better understanding of mining opportunities, agricultural opportunities, tourism opportunities, and all of these possibilities for business-to-business collaboration, so that as we continue to go back into the diaspora lands and promote this historic right of return and reconciliation, that we can also say that there are opportunities that we can help grow. There are business opportunities we can help invest capital into, bring expertise, technology transfer, etc.
So this summit is a great opportunity that has presented itself to Nigeria, because agriculture, as we are looking for investment in agriculture, and agriculture is the backbone of any industrialized nation. For any nation to become industrialized, it must take its roots from agricultural development. And so I am directing all the intended investors to focus on agriculture in all aspects of agriculture, whether you are doing crop science, items, or you are doing animals, or you are doing a middleman, or you are doing processing. We need to focus on agriculture to provide raw materials for our industrialization. So there is a lot that this summit can do for our country, particularly if the focus is on agriculture.
This is not just us coming to you, this is you coming back with us, because really Africans have built the world. So if we build it, we should own it. So I see us, we're going to bring investment, but we also need your investment, because our contribution is important here, but your contribution is important for the world also. So we want to show the world a #1 Africa, not just everybody coming to help. No. You, this continent is this country is a great country, and the world needs to know the greatness of Nigeria.
The theme for the Global African Economic and Investment Summit is Operating in Integrity. Emmanuel Unu, News 24.